Even though it's Tuesday, we're going to talk about Wednesday sports algorithms and review Tuesday for MLB, NBA, and a couple college basketball games, even though the March Madness tournament doesn't pick up again, I believe, until Thursday or Friday, I think, right? Anyway, so let's talk about baseball first. I've been spending most of my time with baseball, preparing it for the new season, and updating everything. I got a request today. People that just want one copy of the file who've purchased this from me in previous years, and they just want all of the work that I've done to matrix all the players and get them on the correct teams. Because yeah, that does take a while. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of effort to get all the trades correct. I will still sell that version for $100. You don't have to pay the full $300 for the April subscription because I know that you're monitoring the file yourself. And yes, I'll absolutely offer that for $100 as well. I didn't mean to remove it completely from the website. So I will add that and post that in the link in the description. Because yeah, I understand there's a lot of you that have been using this for years and don't need the email from me every day. I love it when you don't want the email from me every day, honestly. I like that when you take it upon yourself to update it and learn how everything works. That's the best case scenario for all this. So I will be offering that. In terms of today, though, I started to look at things and I was kind of laughing because, like this is what it did today after I updated. Final score of 6-2 with Boston and Baltimore. Projected score of like 6 to 2.8. Pretty darn close there. Here's one where we've got 3 runs for Detroit and 4 for the Yankees. They put up 6. Here's a really low scoring game, and Houston puts up 2 and Miami only puts up 1. So they don't win, but it's already starting to do things that are, you can't get this correct if you just threw numbers in here and tried to guess. Like, it's already doing something. Here's one, right? 4-4 ends up being 3-4. Here's 4.9 to 4.1. This is a 4-4 tie because they allow ties to happen in spring training. So I was kind of happy to see this already sort of doing stuff. Now here you have a complete miss in the San Francisco Dodgers game. But I think the Dodgers had split teams today. So the split team issue is another problem related to spring training. We can't really do anything about that. But it was nice to see that there was some logic that was kind of, like, see how this game 6-5, 5-4, when you have a low scoring game here, you get a low scoring game here. Like, that kind of stuff is really helpful when you're wagering on the games during the season. So it's nice to see that some things were happening, 5-1, 7-1, like 5-2, 10-2. They just didn't get there, but it's just pretty good stuff. So that was nice to see, and it makes me feel like there is certainly value in putting forth the effort to update all these rosters. Now, before I get into the other sports, we have this batting order pivot, and there's still a ton of holes in here. Every time there's a blank space and not a number, it means that somebody's either got minor league stats or they're on the wrong team. Like San Diego's 1 slot was missing, basically. So who was in San Diego's 1 slot today? This is how we can kind of do the research on that. When you go to MLB and you look at the lineups, daily lineups, and we look at San Diego's game tonight, it was Tatis. So why is Tatis in here? The answer is because I think he was injured or suspended for last year. Is that what happened? He played. Is this a different Tatis? No, this is the Tatis. This is Fernando Tatis. Yeah, I guess he didn't play at all in 2022. I thought I was there when he got suspended. I remember doing a video from the Padres stadium the day that I thought he got suspended for like performance enhancing drugs. Maybe my memory is just completely all screwed up, but it says he only played in AA last year. It might have been a reason for that. So that's why he doesn't have any stats. So that's understandable then why we don't have him listed here, because he didn't have any stats for 2022. So there's weird things like that. Those things are going to clean themselves up as we get into the season and we start to get stats here. But like when there's a number 2 here, see how there's numbers, the number 1 is common throughout how many players there are. When there's a 2, it means we have a duplicate game, meaning the Angels had a split team on this day and the Dodgers had a split team. So there's 2 guys in their slots because they had 2 games in that day. And that's because they split their team up. So a lot of things related to spring training, we're just not going to worry about. Those are going to fix themselves as we start the season. But this was pretty encouraging to see that we were already getting, some traceable predictions, basically. So that was nice. So I'll continue working on baseball. We've got another 9 days till opening day. And every day I'm updating like 30 or 40 players as the rosters get updated, and I update all the lineups in here. So I'll keep chugging away at that. And if you want the one version for $100, you can follow the link in the description and you can buy that opening day. And I will answer some limited questions about that, but I'm not going to be giving you everyday updates. That's for the full subscription for $300. So let's go over to college basketball. College basketball so far has been having a brutal day. Looks like we lost Southern Utah. We lost Oklahoma State in this injured game down here. And what's going on in the Wisconsin game? They're down by 4 with 3 minutes left. So very, very close game. We'll see what happens there and whether or not they can overtake Oregon in their injuries. And the Charlotte and Radford game is also going on. So we don't really have too much to talk about in terms of results for Tuesday. So let's talk about Wednesday. There are only 2 games, and it is Alabama-Birmingham. Should be a minus 187. They're only minus 105, but their strength of schedule is brutal. So that's why they're only minus 105. That's why. And then there's Cincinnati over an injured Utah Valley at only minus 110. So that's a little stronger pick because the strength of schedule for Cincinnati is better. So you really need to look at that. It means that Alabama's been playing weaker teams throughout the year, so they're going to be kind of stunned when they play a team that's been playing better teams like Vanderbilt. So this is a tougher game, and I think the Cincinnati pick is a bit more reliable given their strength of schedule is that much better throughout the year. But obviously, very, very light day for college basketball on Wednesday as we wait for the NCAA March Madness tournament to continue later this week. Now let's go over to NBA. NBA is having an okay day so far with the Oklahoma City game about to start or just starting right now, it looks like. By the way, Wisconsin has taken the lead 56-55 with 1:41 left, so watch out. So what about the Celtics Sacramento? Let's ask Google. Boston Celtics score. Google, tell me what it is.
Currently, the Celtics are leading the Kings 42-39 in the second quarter.
Yeah, we still have a lot of game left to go there. And certainly the Oklahoma City game is kind of the rubber match game of the day because I said play these 3 games and the Wizards lost. The Wizards led and then lost. Cavaliers won without a problem and covered. So it'll all be up to Oklahoma City and see how they can do at this underdog line today. Well, let's talk about Wednesday because we have prepared it and there are more games. Injury report is related to Tuesday, so you're going to want to, wait or update the version yourself to see what the injury report will be on Wednesday. But here, one thing I can see is the Knicks over the Heat at plus 110 showing up at a 12% margin. That's kind of an abnormality there. That means the Knicks are a good pick according to the algorithm. Also, the Sixers over the Bulls only minus 134. Then the lines start to get worse down here. Suns over the Lakers at minus 112. You've got injured Warriors, which means that could be, they're always injured because Curry, somebody's come back there. That injury number went up from about 60-something% to now 76%. So somebody reasonable has come back, but I don't think Curry is back yet. And then the Hawks can beat the Timberwolves at plus 166. But as of the night before here, it is saying Knicks and Sixers, New York and Philadelphia, in the armpit of America. Those are the 2 teams that it is saying are pretty good picks for NBA. All right, so that is the Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, sports algorithm podcast update. I will continue to chug away on baseball as most of the questions I think are going to be about baseball over this next several weeks here. It is such an extensive file, and it's for those people that are just truly in love of stats. I mean, if there's any sport that really you get an advantage by harnessing as many stats as you can, as well as the availability of a diverse set of stats, both pitching and batting, it is baseball. I can put you in touch with Carlos, who will definitely be doing this all season long, every day. This is his thing. And he really enjoys doing it. So he can give you the snapshots every day, even though I won't be available to do that throughout the summer. But he will. And also you can always get a copy of the file from me and follow the how-to tutorial videos, which I will be doing more tutorial videos as the season starts to show you really how to update these pitcher stats and get, a clean sheet every day and understand what you're looking at, because it does some amazing things. And I mean, I don't want to say it wins every day, because it doesn't win every day, but it has days where, there's 15 games that goes like 13-2, 14-1 sometimes. It does some pretty intense stuff, especially games that have higher margins. And we'll start to look at this here. You can see that today, I think San Diego is actually winning 7-0 right now. You can double check that too. Look at the baseball scores. I think that they're basically going to win that game. Show you how to update that here. The MLB scores for the day say that, yeah, the Rockies are losing 7-0. Look at that. We have 7 runs predicted for San Diego. The game is in the 4th inning, and the Cubs are winning 4-2 right now, but this game is not over. Point is, I want to show you what happens when you put that in there and you refresh. You can see that if those scores hold, you're looking at a 9-4 day, and you're looking at wins up here. And these are apparently the real line. Sorry, anything that's -110 is not a real line. I just put those lines in there because there were not lines available when I exported lines earlier in the day. But these are real lines. And you're going to start to see this where teams above certain margins, especially above 20% margin, are going to win frequently. And that's where you end up messing around with your round robins and your parlays. It's predicting a certain amount of runs of 10. They got to 5, predicting 6. They got 6, predicting 7. They've got to 7 so far in that San Diego game, predicting 5. They got to 7. Here's a miss. This is pretty good. 5-4. You can see it. It really, it adds more value than you think. And of course, as Carlos ran this last year, I kind of gave up on it in the middle of the season. But Carlos ran it. It predicted Houston was going to win. It predicted they were going to win those games like 5-1 going throughout the World Series. And Mattress Mac and Houston did win. So also another thing to look at is power. Also, power is an important factor as well. Just like in our other algorithms, it's not just margin. It's also power that matters. Because that's going to show you how strong the team is and their propensity to win. So that is the Sports Algorithm Podcast for Tuesday night, and Wednesday, March 22nd. Good luck. I hope it picks one today, and I hope they continue to be winning.